Here's Jen Psaki explaining why the U.S. carried out airstrikes in Syria and Iraq. It is because, of course, everyone knows this, they are so effective.
As a matter of domestic law, the president took this action, the airstrikes that were announced yesterday by the Department of Defense, pursuant to Article 2 authority to defend U.S. personnel. The targeted strikes were directed at facilities used by Iran-backed militias involved in these ongoing attacks for purposes including weapons storage, command, logistics, and unmanned aerial vehicle operations. So Article 2, the self-defense, the defense of the United States and our interests is our domestic justification for these strikes announced yesterday. The president's view is that it was necessary, appropriate, and deliberate action, these strikes designed to limit the risk of escalation. We will take, and he believes we should and will take necessary and appropriate measures to defend U.S. personnel, partners, and allies in the region. Certainly, I would say, just kind of in relation to this question over here, we continue to believe that and have never held back from noting that Iran is a bad actor in the region. And they have taken part in and supported and participated in problematic, extremely problematic behavior in our view. At the same time, we feel that we're moving forward and seeking the opportunity to move forward on negotiations to prevent Iran from acquiring a nuclear weapon is in our national interest, and that's how we will evaluate. But it was not linked to a visit by the president of Israel, nor was it linked to any elections in Iran either.
I mean, first off, none of this is legal. I mean, we have some domestic justification, but international law, we've sort of bypassed that whole thing now. And the idea that Congress is authorized is absurd. The idea that we put our forces in front of a bus and then say, well, the bus was coming right for us. We have the right to come in and do that. It's also absurd. What's also absurd is this is just all about, it seems to me, some type of kabuki with trying to reinstate this the Iran deal, perhaps the single most unambiguous, I think, at least foreign policy success by the Obama administration, reversed by the Trump administration. Very difficult, obviously, to get back in. It's just an example because there's domestic politics in Iran as well. And the United States has to placate those neocons who are still jonesing for a war with Iran. And so this is the sad state of affairs here. But does it even feel like anybody in the country cares?
Yeah, that's why the Iran deal thing, like, we should be making the first, second, and third step towards getting back into that. And
without a doubt.
I honestly think the political, like, in terms of, like, the voting population would appreciate that, but, like, I'm just curious who is still super against it and why they weren't able to get a war with when Trump was in office.
Folks, there's more of what you've just saw where that came from. That's if you hit the subscribe and like button. Thank you. Really. Thank you.